We issue a lot of CO2. Too much. Question: which of these competitors currently stocks the most carbon? We often hear about plants, but is it more the atmosphere or the soil? No doubt about it. Out of these three champions, it's the soil. The soil alone stores more carbon than the atmosphere and the forest combined. How is it possible? Simply because the plants that all their lives capture the CO2 present in the air and transform it into organic matter eventually die and fall to the ground. By decomposing in the soil, the plant feeds the soil with nutrients and enriches it with organic matter. It is this organic matter that is carbon-rich. On the scale of the planet, the soil stores 2,400 billion tons of carbon in the shape of organic matter. Compare this with the 9 billion tons of carbon that we reject back into the atmosphere each year by burning coal, oil, and gas. 2,400 billion compared with 9 billion. The scientists have done their homework. If every year we increase by 4 for 1,000 the amount of organic matter present in the soil, we could offset the carbon emissions from fossil fuels that are threatening the climate. What are the paths of action that we need to take? Firstly, we mustn't lose the existing stocks in the fields and forests, and we must considerably change our farming methods. Avoid leaving bare soils, including in winter. Multiply the number of grass strips. Replant hedges and trees on plots of land. Reintroduce temporary pastures in the rotations and leave crop residues in the ground. Extend our knowledge, since the soil is an abundant source of life that is unfortunately not yet fully understood. And yet, the soil provides us with everything that's essential to us. Our building materials, our furniture, what we fill our fridges with, our morning coffee, the clothes we wear, and yes, even the simplest fig leaf. To such an extent that if we stop producing here, production will have to transfer elsewhere to meet our needs. The way we treat our soil echoes throughout the world. And yet, for every hour that goes by, in Europe alone, 11 hectares of fertile soil are lost to urbanisation. That means over 250 hectares lost each day. On a global level, the soil is also placed under tremendous pressure. Conversely, poor management of the carbon in our soil could on the contrary double our CO2 emissions, and in this downward spiral, accelerate climate disruption that would also reduce the fertility of the soil. So it is now, in our daily choices, our food, our building projects, our way of producing energy, of managing forests or fields, now that we must decide how much importance we give to the soil. In addition to the protection objectives to be encouraged at international and European levels, soil usage must be defined at a local level, depending on the soil characteristics and the needs to be met. Much more than just a plot of land for building, the soil must be seen as a territorial ally for food and energy and for limiting the risk of flooding and improving the quality of the environment. The soil is our history. To produce 10 centimeters of fertile soil, it takes 2,000 years. And the soil is our future, because with the same time scale, the choices that we make today will produce their effects for decades and even centuries to come.